So I don't know what that means for us, but we're going to go ahead and get started. I saw Miss Iris had on her green. I have a green pen and a green cup, and I even, well, it's always green, but I floss my teeth with the green flosser thing. So I will carry enough luck for all of us today. All right, let's get us started opening and closing our hands, getting ourselves warmed up. I know for sure that y'all are experiencing a whole different temperature than what we were experiencing last week. We are back to winter, but no worries, we'll be back to summer by Friday, I think. I don't know quite summer, but at least a spring temperature. But we got a chill in the air. We got our heaters back on. We got layers and jackets. And right when all of our trees and flowers were just coming and budding out, and I hope that this cold snap didn't hurt them too bad. It was dark when I left the house, so I didn't get to see my house in the dark, or my yard in the dark. All right, my dears. As you open and close your hands and walk and pump your arms, I want you to breathe and just start getting yourself in the mode of Tai Chi. It's a whole different mode than what we have out there in the real world. We like to come into Tai Chi mode and slow down and really pay attention to our bodies, as Tai Chi gives us the gift of body awareness in the way we carry ourselves that may cause us to have less stress on our joints and in our muscles, causing us extra pain and stiffness and tension. So we pay attention to those things and let it go when we start feeling that. We breathe when we catch ourselves holding our breath. So I'm getting in my stable stance with my feet about shoulder width apart. Relaxed shoulders, good posture. Not holding any tension in my jaw. I call out some of the things and places where I typically hold tension. Right now I'm kind of wiggling my toes. Just going through my body to make sure I'm not having any tension or pain anywhere. Let's begin with our warm-up stretches. All of our major joints, starting with our neck, and begin. Practice that full inhale, fully filling your lungs with air, and then that complete exhale where you're completely empty your lungs with air. That deep diaphragmatic breathing. It's a little easier to do as we do our warm-up movements than when we're doing our Tai Chi series of movements. Our brain kind of kicks in and does a lot of thinking. And you know, our minds are like a radio. We can only focus on one channel at the time. Taking our head side to side. Remember, we don't go as far as we can. We go, we feel a little bit of stretch, pause, and then go to the other side. I know in our training they tell us a number. I think it's like 70%, or I forget. I don't know how you know what 75% is. I just know I go and I feel a little stretch and pause there and then come back to center. We're warming up our neck. We're not trying to push it as far as we can. This is the one I always love to get stuck on. I forget how many times I've done it. I just know it feels so good to move my neck side to side. Let's roll those shoulders. We roll forward first, and we try to stay as small as a quarter. And then we roll back. Resetting our posture as we roll those shoulders back. Like a massage we give ourselves. Now our big shoulder circles. This is a real good one to practice breath. And also words of affirmation with gathering and feeling, or gathering and releasing. Dr. Lamb does a program that is for Tai Chi for rehabilitation. And it does a lot of words of affirmation and movements that go along with that. And I hope one day I get to learn about that. Now for our spine, let's grab our ball. When we hold our ball, just to remind you, we hold it away from our body. We keep a little bit of space right here in our armpit that allows our joints to be song or open. Then let's switch and separate, stretching our spine, keeping a soft bend in our arm. Inhale as you come to the ball and exhale as you separate. If that works for you. If it doesn't, you do what works for you. I always encourage you to listen to your body and what your body needs. If you need to sit down, if you need to use a chair to help with balance. Breathe at your own rate, because all of our lungs are different. To our ball, and let's take our ball side to side, still holding it away from our bodies. I want you to think about our waving in hands in clouds movement and how similar it is to this movement. It's not just like it, but the way we move our torso, we don't go as far as we can. Stay within our frame. We take our time on the switching our hands part. Our hands are just a little bit different. Now for our hips. Shifting weight to one leg. Place heel forward, hands back. Eye pause in the middle, and then toe back like a kickstand, hands forward. Make sure your posture remains upright. And if you feel yourself being a little bit wobbly, that's okay. Of course, it's a problem if we fall from being wobbly. But if you feel yourself getting too wobbly, then stop yourself. Get in a position where both legs are holding your weight. Get in that stable stance, that staggered stance. hold on to something. But it's good to be challenged. Depending on my shoes, sometimes I'm a little wobbly. We just have good days and bad days with it. So just go with what life hands you at that moment and make those adjustments. That's a good life lesson. Sometimes we just gotta pivot and change directions. And you may find one leg is a little stronger than the other. Maybe one leg has a little inflammation or pain in your hip or your knee, and that affects this movement. So you could do one side very easily, but the other side you need a little bit of assistance, and that's okay. Just listen to your body and what it needs. Shifting weight side to side, tapping out. Our hands go in the direction of the weight shift. Now for our knees, our loose fists down here by our hips, we shift weight to one leg, lift, tap and punch. We're tapping that toe out, punching the opposite hand. That's a cross-lateral movement, which is really good for our brains. Remember, we don't fully extend that arm. We still keep that soft bend. Now step forward, shift forward, keeping both feet flat on the floor. Check in with your fists, make sure you're not clenching those fists or holding them tight. We don't want to add tension to our body. Remember, we're not really punching anybody. We're practicing weight transfer. Just getting our bodies warmed up, our joints warmed up for exercise. This gives us an opportunity to check in with our body one joint at a time as we move, just to see if there may be any problems. Alright, for our ankles, shift weight to one leg and then heel, toe, just rocking that foot. Thinking about our ankle joints. Bring it back, shift the weight, heel, toe. Back, shift weight, now big toe, little toe, or side to side. Probably feel that all the way up your leg. It's all connected. Bring it back, shift weight, little toe, big toe. All right, give yourself a shake. We are good to go, ready to begin with our Tai Chi series of movements. We're going to go through our basic 6 several times. As a reminder of our principles, remember with movement control, we move slow, smooth, and continuous. So we think about those transitions. We don't get in a hurry. We don't get in a hurry to do anything. But really thinking about those times when we go from one to the next, not being in a rush. Give it that full respect, that slow, smooth, and continuous. Also, with movement control, gentle resistance. And I want to really stress the word gentle. That's a word that I probably struggle with. I think resistance, and so whenever we practice gentle resistance, we think about pushing through heavy air, or even something that's more familiar to us is water. So when we're in water and we're pushing ourselves through water, there's that resistance to it, which is really good weight-bearing training that helps you build muscle without the impact on your joints. So that's why exercising in a pool is so good, because you don't have that that impact on your joints that you have with gravity. It kind of holds your body in a place, supports you, but then you have to use that extra resistance to get through the water. And so think about moving through water, just gently moving through water when we do our Tai Chi. Of course, something I always mention, upright posture. Anytime we're leaning, we're going towards falling. So we want to maintain that upright posture, our shoulders back, and that helps us remain upright, or helps us maintain our position and not falling. Another one, and I think this was, I know that last week this was our focus, is empty step before the weight transfer. So be mindful of that, to not get in a rush to shift the weight. Now, for safety purposes, if you need to go ahead and shift the weight, do that. Safety trumps that principle of the empty step before the weight transfer. But we know by having an empty step, we're keeping weight on one leg longer, making that muscle support us longer. We know if one leg can hold our weight, then we're less likely to fall. So that's what we practice throughout our Tai Chi movements, is holding weight on one leg. And we do that with empty step before the weight transfer. And then the internal principles are those open joints, where we don't lock our joints, whether it be our knees, our elbows, our armpits. Well, we hold our hands away from our bodies to keep that joint open. And then every now and again, I'll give you the opportunity to practice Jing, which is mental quietness. So again, those are our principles, and everything we do, if we attempt anyway to do all of our principles, sometimes we just focus on one thing at the time. But we want all the benefits that we can get from Tai Chi, and that's how we get it, is by following principle. So let's, again, practice our basic 6 movements. Getting in our stable stance, our upright posture. And commence. Open, close. Single whip. Waving hands in clouds. Open, close. Single whip. Waving hands in clouds. To the middle for open and close. Close it out. Again, basic 6. Commence. Open, close. Single whip. Waving hands in clouds. Open, close, single whip. Waving hands in clouds. Open, close, close it out. One thing I hope you're noticing is because you practiced and continue to practice Tai Chi walking to the side, which is that leg movement of waving hands in clouds, but it's place your foot a little further than hip width, empty step. Then shift the weight, place the foot, empty step, then shift the weight. So Tai Chi walking to the side. Because you practice Tai Chi walking to the side, hopefully you realize waving hands in clouds is easier for you to do. Also, I hope you notice that your foot placement is naturally in a good place where you can place the foot empty, because if you step out too far, you have to transfer weight to it. You can't keep your weight over here on this leg if you stepped out too far. So practice is where it gets you there. And so when you can place your foot without giving it weight, it means this leg is really strong and it's able to hold your weight, and you haven't stepped too far. So then you shift the weight. And when you can pick a foot up without kicking off on it, that means it's in a good place. If you're too far away and you go to shift the weight and you have to kick off, you're pushing into that foot to pick it up and move it, then your feet are too wide. So hopefully you notice that when you do waving hands in clouds, you're able to empty step and you're not having to kick off with the weight transfer. And that comes with practice. So let's go through our basic 6 one more time, then we'll go to our advanced 6. We're doing good on time today. It's not even 10:30 yet. Here we go. And commence. Single whip. Waving hands in clouds. Open, close. Single whip. Waving hands in clouds. Open, close. Close it out. And I've talked about this before in giving y'all focus principles that allows us to just think about one principle at a time. But today I didn't give you a principle to think about. I just threw all the principles out to you and kind of let you decide what you wanted to focus on or what just naturally came to your mind. And I just now did that final open and close, and it was the only time that I really thought about gentle resistance. Whenever I opened and closed, I pulled out and pushed in. And I thought, yeah, see, that just naturally came in my gentle resistance. So let those principles kind of come and go with each movement. You know all of them. You've practiced these moves with them. And so whatever move serves you, let it serve you. Just focus on that, really go with it. And you'll just get better each time with practice. Any questions about Basic 6 or anything you want to go over? All right, Advanced 6. Know that you can always come back and ask questions. Get me to go over anything. Like, no worries if we're in part 75 and you want to come back to the very first movement of commencement. It's okay. It's always good to have a review. Advanced 6. This is really that place, thinking about, yes, we talked about empty steps and weight transfer last week. That was our focus. But really, weight transfer and hand movement happening at the same time. Notice that in our Advanced 6 movements. Weight transfer and hand movement at the same time. And when we recognize it and get comfortable with weight transfer and hand movement at the same time, then it makes these movements that much easier. They flow easier whenever we're there. So let's start. I'll go through the movements, just calling out the names. Here we go. Coming from open and close at the end of Basic 6. Here's our Advanced 6, starting with brush knee to the left. Here's weight transfer and arm movement. Here's weight transfer and arm movement. Play the loop. Weight transfer and arm movement. Parry punch. Weight transfer and arm movement. Weight transfer and arm movement. Weight transfer and arm movement. Block and close. Weight transfer and arm movement. Push the tiger. Weight transfer and arm movement. Open, close. Brush knee. Weight transfer and arm movement. Weight transfer and arm movement. Play the loop. Weight transfer and arm movement. Parry punch. Weight transfer and arm movement. Weight transfer and arm movement. Weight transfer and arm movement. Block and close. Weight transfer and arm movement. Push the tiger. Weight transfer and arm movement. To the front. Open, close. Close it out. So I made you think about weight transfer and arm movement because I didn't shut up about it, did I? I said it a lot of times. I don't know how many times, but I said it quite often. Sometimes twice in one movement. Parry punch, it does it 3 times. So that's why I tell you practicing weight transfer and arm movement helps make Advanced 6 that much easier because it keeps happening throughout. So I'm not going to say it this time. I'm just going to say the names of the movement. Let's practice our Advanced 6 again. Coming from open and close. Brush knee. Play the loop. Parry punch. Block and close. Push the tiger. Open, close. Brush knee. Play the loop. Parry punch. Block and close. Push the tiger. Open, close. Close it out. Again, Advanced 6. Brush knee. Play the loop. Parry punch. Block and close. Push the tiger. Open, close. Brush knee. Play the loop. Parry punch. Lock and close. Push the tiger to the front. Open, close. Close it out. All right, so we talked about weight transfer and hand movement. And so hopefully you are feeling that and combining those two things happening to help with that principle of slow, smooth, and continuous. That part of our principle just helps us absorb kind of that Tai Chi spirit, and it just feels good when we combine our movements together and we're not so choppy. Something that I catch myself doing every now and again is putting my hands up a little too high, whether it be push the tiger, or whether it be parry, parry, and punch, whether it be play the lute. You know, every now and again I'll notice my hands are just high, and they do not need to be in my field of vision, because remember, this is a martial art. We need to see the opponent that we don't really have, and that's just, my hand needs to be here, relaxed, not here. First of all, here causes a little tension in my shoulder when I have to raise up that hand, but it also blocks my vision. So pay attention to that. If you ever, really see your hand, it's a little too high. So keep it relaxed, keep it down. I don't know why every now and again I do it, but I do. What's important is that I notice it and then I'm conscious to fix it. So there's no such thing as Tai Chi. It's just a learning and a paying attention, making adjustments and going from there. Is there anything about the advanced six that you want to specifically go over? I know a lot of times it just comes down to practice. Like, you know the things, I've repeated the things 100 times. And it's always nice to hear it again because we forget. There's lots to remember. I mean, I have a notebook full of notes about all these Tai Chi movements. And so there is a lot to know about it. When it comes to this program, it's meant to be safe. It's intended to be modified when needed for safety. So any kind of movement we do that makes you feel unsafe, we want to be able to change it for you or modify it for you. We want it to be easy to learn by breaking down the movements. It's also balanced because we do everything except for commencement. Everything else is done on both sides. I like that we're a higher stance. We're not bent down. I do notice that when I inhale or exhale, I kind of come up a little bit and then go down a little bit. So I'm not really squatting, but I am using the mobility of my hips and my knees throughout. But this is a Sun style Tai Chi, which means we have a higher stance. All right, so also we have all of that supportive material. You probably already have it. If you don't, tell me and I'll send it to you. We have our handbook that has all of our moves, pictures of all of our moves. Also some, the wording that talks specifically about the program and falls prevention. It's a handy handbook. We have the CD that has the music. It's on Spotify if you have Spotify, but we also have a CD. Of course, you do have to have a CD player in order to play it. We have our DVD. Of course, you have to have a DVD player. Y'all have had enough experience where this may not be challenging for you. Sometimes his accent is a barrier to some people understanding what he's saying. And then we have the posters that are warm-ups and our basic 6 and advanced 6 movements. These posters are pretty much in the book, just in a different format. Of course, this is a little book, and our posters fold out to like this. So I just got this. I dare to say cheap because there's nothing cheap anymore. But well, lots of things are cheap, inexpensive. They're not anymore. But I got this frame from Walmart. I mean, 10 years ago. And then, you know, it's just where my posters are housed. So that's handy to have when you're practicing in front of you. I also like these Post-its, these big Post-it things. I don't even know where you buy these, like maybe Staples. But it's a big pad of paper, and the paper has like sticky right here that you can write stuff on and just put on the wall in front of you when you practice. That helps be your guide. I mean, you know how I feel about step, switch, turn, and shift. You know, it lives in front of me on this paper. It lives behind me. So if I'm turned around, it's in front of me. Anything that's going to help you. So we do have these supportive materials. And if you don't have what you need, just let me know and I'll get it to you. Alright, so let's just practice all of our moves. Let's just go through them several times. Basic 6 and advanced 6. That's how we'll get better. But sometimes I haven't told y'all about that kind of stuff in a long time. And I just want to remind you what we have. Alright. Basic 6, advanced 6, all the way through part 1. And begin. Open, close. Single whip. Waving hands in clouds. Open, close. Single whip. Waving hands in clouds. Open, close. Brush knee. Play the loop. Parry punch. Lock and close. Push the tiger. Open, close. Brush knee. Play the lute. Parry punch. Lock and close. Push the tiger. Open, close. Again. All the way through. Part 1, Basic 6 and Advanced 6. Commence. Open, close. Single whip. Waving hands and clouds. Open, close. Single whip. Waving hands and clouds. Open, close. Brush knee. Play the loop. Parry punch. Lock and close. Push the tiger. Open, close. Brush knee. Play the loop. Parry punch. Lock and close. Push the tiger. Open, close. Close it out. All right, let's go through it. And this time I'm not going to say a word. If I do, it'll be out of just habit. But I'm going to try not to. And I'm going to put on what I call our song. The one that Dr. Lamb's daughter designed for these movements. All right, here we go. So there it is. That is the pace that was intended for us to do those movements. And so that's why I like the music to kind of test me. You know, it takes a while to get there. You have to really know and learn your movements. But just to test yourself to say, am I going too fast? Am I going too slow? Because you should end with the music. And so that's not a big, huge concern. I just like kind of the test. It also adds to the fact that it kind of feels like a dance. And every dance has a little music. So let's cool down, give ourselves a nice fist massage. But we got a lot of really good practice in today. We practiced our basic 6 by itself, our advanced 6 by itself, and then putting it all together. I think we did it 3 times each. And so that's how we get better, is with practice, and hopefully you're feeling better about the movements. As you go through the week, at the very least, practice weight transfer. Whether you're Tai Chi walking forward, Tai Chi walking to the side, or doing that, it's not really walking, but the advanced 6 movements, how we step forward, shift, follow step, and take 1 step back, shift, follow step. So we're it's almost like a rock. It feels like a rocking of sorts. And then put the other foot in front as you step forward and step back. But practicing the weight transfer, or the empty step and weight transfer, it's Tai Chi, but not Tai Chi. So at the very least, practice that. If you're interested in preventing falls. All right, what do we do next? We have gather tension. Gather tension. Oh, that does not feel good. Let it go. It almost felt it almost hurt to gather tension and let it go. We don't want to love tension. Gather it and then release it. But we purposely gather so we know what it feels like, and then let it go and know what that feels like. Big shoulder circle. So even in that shoulder circle, notice how I come up and I stop at shoulder height, and I turn and I push down. So sometimes I do it wrong, and that's when I catch myself. But we don't want to ever block our face. So come up, turn, and push down from our chest area. So just get in that habit of not causing tension or blocking our view. We have our fist representing our strength, our fingers together representing our friendship, our thumb in our humility. We put those together, and in mutual respect we say namaste.
Namaste.
Well, thank y'all for coming today. I love y'all's journey with Tai Chi and how far you've come. So thank you for being a part of it. Next week, let's see. Next week will be week 12, y'all. 12. That's wild, isn't it? How fast this goes. Do you need anything from me? I know I went through all those resources. Do you need anything from me?
I would like a DVD.
You would like a DVD? All right. Let me make myself a note, because you know, if I don't write it down, it's gone. She gone. All right, Miss Barbara, you want a DVD. All right, got it. Is everybody else good? All right. All right, well, if y'all need me, let me know, okay? And if I don't talk to you before, I'll see you next Tuesday. And Sharita, I'll see you Friday, hopefully. All right, love y'all.
Love me too.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
You're welcome.